We all know that the Chinese are entering the automotive market in a very, very strong way. And today we have the Changan with the Eado Plus. And it is to be considered one of the best in its class.
Sitting at a price of 80,000 dirhams, the Eado Plus is competing directly with the sorts of Toyota Corolla, Hyundai Elantra, Kia Cerato, and the Mazda 3 in our markets. And it's available in 5 different colors: white, black, dark gray, blue, and red, like the car we have with us today.
So one of the first things that you would realize in this car is the beauty of the LED lights. So beautiful. And the grille. It would just remind you of the CS75, the crossover, but sadly, we don't have fog lights.
One of the things that adds to the styling of the car is adding a lot of chrome, like we see in the front and on the side surrounding the windows. A full chrome line in the back, and chrome around your tailpipes in the back, which are fake. Changan, no, please don't do this. But at least you get 17-inch alloys with the Eado Plus Sport.
It's not electronic, but you can open it with the button over here, or if you double click the remote like this. One of the most important things about this boot, the volume over here is 500 liters. And this number is crazy because this is considered the biggest in its category.
And if those 500 liters aren't enough, you can just fold the back seats and you can fit anything in the Eado Plus.
So one of the first things that you're gonna realize when you're gonna get into the car is the red leather seats. Look at it, it's beautiful. It's so classy and it makes it look very luxurious. On top of that, I really like the stitching over here. It's really well done, and really Changan did a really great job on that. Now let me show you the center console. Of course, doesn't end there. Changan also did a really great job on the panel over here and the center console. So now we have a black leather with the red stitching, which gives it a really beautiful contrast, and it's top-notch interior. Of course, as any car these days, this is a standard. You have the power adjusted seats, so you can put it front, back, you can fold it in, out and in. And on top of that, you have the door panels. Look at that. The door panels is all covered with red leather with the same red stitching over here, which makes it really beautiful. Here, plastic, but it's not only plastic. It's covered with like a really thin layer of leather, which gives it that extra, let's say, luxurious touch, which Changan really did a great job on it.
And these beautiful leather seats that Fadi mentioned come ventilated for the GCC region. As usual, I've set the driver's seat to a comfortable driving position for me. And as you can see, I have a lot of leg room and a decent headroom as well. And for the passengers here in the back, they get one USB charging port and unfortunately only one AC vent. I always imagine 2 kids sitting in the back and fighting which way they're gonna, set the airflow. No, it's my way, my way, my way, and the dad's gonna go crazy. And of course, you get the armrest with 2 cup holders in the back. Add to that you get a leather sporty steering wheel with red stitching and a flat bottom, but behind it sits for me what makes the cabin so special in the Eado Plus, which is the dual 10-inch screen design, which gives the cabin a very minimalist, simple design that I really love. One, instead of the instrument cluster that changes the theme when you change the drive mode, you can definitely control what kind of information you have on it from the buttons on the steering wheel to put whatever you want at that certain point of time. And then we have the other 10-inch screen for the infotainment screen. It's touch screen with built-in navigation. As you can see, there's a bit of delay that I noticed with every application I turn on. Now the navigation is on, but that only happens the first time you turn on any of these apps. Now the second time it's much faster. So you have the navigation, you have Bluetooth connectivity, and something I really liked, you have mirroring for your mobiles. Apple, Android, both work, and you can mirror the screen directly on the infotainment screen right here. Something very rare to find in this segment of cars, something that the Eado Plus has, is a full panoramic roof that you can open with the press of a button and enjoy. And one thing I like about the Eado Plus, that all 4 windows are automatic. So one press, there you go.
And so there's something else that I really liked about this car is the keyless entry. So just press of a button, you open the door, and that's it. And there's another feature which I really liked is the heated side mirrors. So let's say you are on a foggy day, it's very humid, and your whole side mirror, you cannot see anything. With just a press of a button, and your whole thing is heated up, and you're good to go. You have 3 driving modes in this car, the Sport, Eco, and Normal. The engine is a 4-cylinder, 1.4 liter turbo, producing 158 horsepower and 260 Newton meters. And there's something else that's really good about this car is you have an automatic emergency brakes if the car feels that you're gonna go into anything. So it's gonna help you to brake, and this really is very helpful.
The Eado Plus is the most powerful car in its segment. But in the other Changan models I've tested before, the CS95, CS85 and 75, I really loved the gearbox they've used there. It was a 10-speed automatic, but unfortunately here in the Eado Plus we're getting the 7-speed DCT. Now when you're driving like this, normally like on the highway or something, the gearbox does its job. It's moving between speeds when it needs to very smoothly. The only issue is that when you stop the car totally and you wanna start moving, look, I push the pedal, there's like a half a second of delay until you really feel all of that torque and power coming in. It's just not a big issue. It just needs a bit of time for you to get used to that delay, and then, you know, when you're entering a roundabout, you have to be careful that other cars that are really close to you when you start moving. Other things that I love about the drive, 2 things actually. One, the suspension, it's really well balanced. Look, such a bump, I didn't feel it. And that's something people look for in such small sedans. They want to feel a bit of like the comfort they get in bigger cars. The other thing, noise insulation inside the cabin is very good. Again, for a car in this segment, I've heard a lot of worse noises inside cabins. You do hear a little bit of the noise of the engine inside the cabin when you really push it, but it's not that loud. It's well insulated. Again, I'm just speaking about cars within the segment. To wrap up the drive, the car gives you as well a good fuel consumption rate. It's 18.3 liters of petrol for every 100 kilometers. One of the distinct features that the Eado Plus also has that helps you to drive the car, especially on the highway, is adaptive cruise control, which is a very rare thing in this segment of cars. And I've tested it on the highway, it works perfectly.
So guys, in the past, I was never a fan of Chinese cars, but today Changan really made me change my mind. Seriously, 3-4 days of driving this car, I mean, the luxury, the classiness, the interior, the red leather, the cool red leather seats inside with the panel, the door panels, the leather everywhere, the infotainment system that looks almost like an S-Class Mercedes. I mean, Changan, bravo guys. That's an excellent job. And this has been a pioneer in its category. So today I can say I'm really impressed with Chinese cars, and with all that because of Changan. Good job guys, impressive.
Truly, the Eado Plus is an amazing car in its segment, but the Chinese, they're getting really competitive and very confident. With all Changan models now, you can get 6 years or 250,000 kilometers of manufacturer's warranty. That's big confidence from Changan. Now, the big question is, are you guys willing to pay 80,000 dirhams for the Changan Eado Plus? Give us the answers down below in the comments, and see you in the next one.